Hey everyone, my name is Gaurav and welcome back to my channel. World best successful trader. Be it Mark Minervini, Darvas, William O'Neill, Qullamaggie, all of these traders, they always keep on repeating one phrase again and again, and which is relative strength. So before I go ahead, watch this.
Because as the market was correcting, you can see that Amgen is hitting new high ground. Every time the market has a little rally, Amgen actually rallies into new high ground here. Then the market rolls over a bit, it holds it back, but it goes right back into new high ground. One of the very first stocks to come out was Amgen. It went up about 300, I think it was about 350% just in the next year or so. Then have the relative strength lines moving into new high ground, coming out of a base.
Every elite market trader, they are obsessed about relative strength. They always want to identify a stock which is outperforming the market. And according to me, relative strength probably is the most important and strongest stock filter criteria, because if stock cannot outperform the market or the sector or its peers, then there is no point of participating in those kind of stocks. So today's objective is very simple: to explain you how this relative strength works, and the most importantly how to use this practically. So with this, let's deep dive. So before I deep dive into relative strength, let's first understand what exactly relative strength is. So relative strength simply is how is the stock performing compared to everything else. Is it rising faster when the market rises? Is it holding up while others fall? Is it already near new high when the index is hardly 10 or 20% up? So it's basically tell the characteristic of the stock. So let me explain you with an example what exactly I mean as a relative strength. This is BSE 150 mid cap index, okay? From Jan till March, this particular index has given return of minus 13.56 return. So on the right hand side, if you see, that's a return plotted I have here. The return which index has given, which is minus 13.56. Now I'll plot another stock, which is SBL Engineering. During the same phase or during the same duration, this stock has given minus 32%. So the index has given minus 14% return in last 3 months, whereas HBL Engineering has given a return of minus 32%. Which means this stock is underperforming the index, right? And now let me show you another example, which is Atlanta Electricals. And during the same period of time till March 30th, this stock has given 32% return. Index has given, so mid cap, because both the companies are pretty much a mid cap, so mid cap index has given minus 11 to 12%. HBL Engineering has given minus 30%, and Atlanta Electrical has given positive 32%. Let's fast forward it. As you know, from 1st April, the market turned toward the positive direction. Now let's see which stock has outperformed versus, all the indexes. So Atlanta Electrical, when the market reacted, this was the March 31st. After that, when the market positive went off, this stock has given 50% return after that. And overall return around 71%. Versus HBL Engineering, which is again a strong fundamental stock, given hardly minus 7%. And this is what shows the power of relative strength. You need to be a part of a stock which is basically outperforming the index. If the index is down by minus 10%, then you have to be a part of the stock which is either matching the index return or best case outperforming. And when the market pressure gone, right, and when the market turns up, the stock which was already outperforming when the market was in negative, those stocks will perform very well. And this is what is a key characteristic of any market leader stock. Now quickly I'll just clarify one thing, that this RS, which is relative strength, is different from relative strength index, RSI. RSI measures the stock's momentum against itself, its own past price, versus relative strength is always a comparison between some other ticker. So it could be index, it could be sector, it could be their own peer. I'll show you how to do that, but basically it's a comparison with some other ticker. So that's the one quick difference I wanted to highlight, because a lot of people do ask RS versus RSI and they do get confused about it. Now this is the important part. Now I'll try to show you three different ways via which you can identify the stock which has a very high relative strength, which are basically outperforming the index, and hence can be called as a market leaders. The first one is RS rating. So RS rating is a concept which was first discussed in a book by William O'Neill, How to Make Money in a Stock Market. So he started a company named Market Smith, and they created RS rating as a proprietary tool which gives a rating to the stock. So for example, if you see my screen, this is the Market Smith India, for example. So if I put, let's say, Cupid has a 99 as a price of strength, which means this stock has really been a very strong outperformer in the market. Now how do they calculate RS rating? You don't need to bother about it. I'll show you which is the range is the best for us, right? Versus if I randomly take this one, for example, the Canfin, which is 69, this is basically not as good performer versus Cupid or other stock. So this is the RS rating threshold basically. basically, so if the stock is between 95 and 99, we call it elite leader. Basically, it's top 5% of the stock, and if you see any a pattern developing in these kind of stock, is a very high conviction stocks. Then another next is 85 to 94. Within this range is again a strong leader, but top 15% you can call it, and watch and build position kind of a scenario. 70 to 84 is basically emerging strength and watchlist candidate. So sometime, when you see the stock which is forming a new 1 month high and all, they basically fall under this category, 70 to 84. So, and this zone is also very productive zone, because a lot of stock which is in the first leg of their uptrend, they fall in this category. And 50 to 69 and below 50 basically laggards. We don't want to be a part of these stock which have rating of below 50. So ideally, how to use it? For example, if you have identified the stock, let's say 5 stock you have identified in your watch list, and if you wanted to check which stock you want to participate in, you can go into MarketSmith India. You can just put the stock name and look for the rating. If the rating is somewhere around 70 and above, I generally look for 80 and above, but even if it's 70 and above, then I can easily participate in that stock. I can build my position. Now, I'm not promoting this tool at all. It's up to you if you want to use it or not. I wanted to show you because when you read that William O'Neill book, there the concept of RS rating has been talked about, and a lot of people get confused that what is RS rating, how to judge or find those ratings. So, as I said, that is a proprietary tool of the company. So, to do that, you need to have a premium subscription on MarketSmith. But if you don't have access to this tool, then still fine. I'll show you another method. Now let's go to next method, which probably most of us will use, and even I use majority of the time, which is plotting the RS indicator, relative strength indicator. Okay. So the indicator which I use by the trader line, which is trader line's relative strength line. Okay. 7K this thing. Now I simply just put it. Okay. So this is how it will look, right? The first appearance of it. Now what I do is I generally just here and then I move it to the new pane. Okay, and this is how that will look like, right? Now what are the setting changes? I do some setting. For example, if you're an Indian stock market participant, then first of all you have to add an index. So what index I add is I generally add BSC mid cap and a small cap. Why add BSC mid cap or a small cap? Because majority of them in the stock which I trade or participate for, even for the long term, small cap and mid cap bucket, and that is why I want to see the stock which is outperforming that particular index itself. But you can also put Nifty 50 or any index, whichever you want to put, right? So let me put BSE mid cap for now. Okay, and then there are the few other settings which I'll quickly explain it to you. The first is line, which is fine. Width of the relative strength line, I leave it as a 2. Vertical offset, that is fine. RS line up and down is fine. What this is important, where relative strength, moving average length. For a swing trader, generally this should be 21. So let's say if you're using a daily chart, what it shows that in past 21 days, what is the relative strength of the ticker, right? So that is what it shows. Now I generally like to see the green color instead of blue, so I'll change that. And you see the shading here, like in between the line. I generally don't like to see that, so I just move it to 100. Okay, and that's it, right? You save it, and this is how it looks. Okay, so now you have understood how to plot the indicator. Now let me explain you how to use it practically. Okay, so what I do is I simply plot it, and there are 2-3 ways I look for. Okay, so first one is very important, where I generally look when the relative strength is below the red line. Okay, so that's the index line, and the price action of the chart is happening, let's say, below that. So in this phase, which is here on the bottom, I would avoid any stock, right? Because obviously even the chart is not giving any setup as such. But if at all the setup comes in, and let's say the relative strength is trending downward and this purple line is below the red line, or this line, relative strength line, is below the red line, I would avoid. Okay, where I would like to participate is this phase, right? When you see this, the stock is basically forming a base and it's a very tight contraction is happening over here at this zone. This is where I would be interested, because here the relative strength line is above the red line. Okay, so that is the first way to see the relative strength line. The second thing which I wanted to highlight, purple dots, right? Which you see the purple dot. Purple dot basically means that the relative strength is making new highs before the price is making new highs. So basically it means that accumulation in the stock versus index is so high, and hence is quite visible on the chart by the purple dot. And this purple dots I basically use many a times to identify or enter into the stock before the big trend start. So I'll show you the same example here. Let's say even the Atlanta electrical. So if you see, this is the chart, right? This is the on daily chart. This is the big base formation is happening over here. Okay, and then basically from the Feb, right? Even though the market was pretty much bad, this stock started forming a new highs versus the index. Which now at this point, this is where I entered. So if you see this is where I entered on 1033. Okay, and at this zone, if you see the purple dots, so the purple dots is telling me here itself, where the tight consolidation contraction is happening over here. Let me zoom in. So let me zoom in. So if you see this area itself, you see the purple dot. It means the price has not formed a new high yet. It has not even crossed the previous high yet, but the relative strength is making a new highs. Okay, so and these are the silent signal for you to participate in the stock or basically enter your position into those stocks. Okay, and after that, the stock has given a very strong. Now, of course, there is a pullback happening currently and result in due in 3 days. So let's see what happens. But this is how you have to look, right? This is the purple indicators which you can use and basically participate in the stock. Now, it won't happen in every time, right? It will rarely happen it, but whenever it happens, you have to participate in those kind of stock. Third thing which I see here is sometimes the pull as a pullback one. So what happens is when the initial first leg is being formed, the stock basically pullbacks and form a tight contraction and all those bit. Now it basically takes a support of the index line, which is a red line, and then it jump up, and this is another zone or another area I get concentrated or I start focusing on. So whenever you see this particular strong move pull back, it just take it this. I'll show you another example. MT, same thing, right? The stock formed a very strong uptrend, doing a decent pullback, and then it's resting here. So this is where the area I look for, where I get concentrated on it. And last thing in this indicator is this green dot. So green dot is basically even the price, is basically tells you that even the price is making new high along with RS. Okay, so these are the four characteristics of an indicator. The one is of course a long term downtrend. Okay, and then stock RS turning up, so this is where I get focused. Second is when the stock is forming a purple dot, this is where I get focused. Third I see is when the stock is basically forming a green dots, purple green dots. It means stock is making a new high and even the price is making new high. And third is when the stock move quite a bit and then take a pull back and take a support of this red line, then I get little bit attentive and I wanted to be a part of that stock. So I'll show you some more example discussing this about indicator and how to use in some time. And the last one which I wanted to show you is that using in the scanner itself, right? So if you see my screen, so what you can do is, let's say you can just simply plot a Nifty mid cap and you can see in last 1 month, let's say how much this Nifty mid cap has given a return. So right click percentage and the return is given is around 13%, right? So Nifty mid cap has given approximately 13 to 15% in last 1 month. So what I generally do is I'll open my scanner. I have this filter which is market cap, EMA above 75, ADR and all those bits. So then what I'll do is put a condition where my 1 month performance of the stock is above 15. So let's say 15, it was at least 20%. So basically this 469 stocks out of 3000, 4000 stocks you should be focusing on. It basically tells you that in last one, these are the stock which outperform the mid cap, right? And hence from here you want to find your setup. Basically these are the three way via which you can use relative strength. Now let me show you some examples and basically how to use this relative strength practically. So before I go ahead, watch this one, but just to quickly give overview of my entry or setup. So this is what I generally look for: swing setup, right? This is what I call as a equality momentum setup, where I look for a prior uptrend, and after that a tight base formation should happen, right? The base pattern could be cup and handle, flag pattern, it can form a VCP pattern, doesn't matter, but at the end of the base I want to see a tight contraction. And then if the stock is breaking out from this tight contraction, I want to enter into that stock. Okay, the second entry which I look for is if I've missed this particular zone due to some reason, the second immediate entry for me is to when the stock moves up and then pull backs to its key EMA. All right, this is where I look for my second entry point. And generally everything should happen around 21 DMA. Sometime it can happen between 11 to 51 DMA between any of these two EMA, right? So this is my setup. This is what I basically look for. I look for a prior uptrend. I look for a tight contraction base, preferably in VCP format. If I see a VCP consolidation base, then I look for a tight right side candles. If I find a tight right side candle, then I look for a pocket pivot, and this is the area where I look for relative strength also. Second is when the stock breakout, for example I missed the initial entry, then it pullbacks, and during the pullback the relative strength is also positive, then I look for those kind of entry. Since you have understood my overall entry and everything, now let me explain you show you how basically I use it. Okay, right, the example one is Lloyd's SME. So Lloyd SME, as you all know, it's outperforming very well in the market. So this is the white line is basically my 50 EMA, and this is the relative strength. This is the pocket pivot volume indicator, which I've already talked about in this video. You can check that out. So if you see the Lloyd's SME, this is where I'll get interested on the right side of the base, where you see the tight consolidation is happening, and you see the lot of purple bars over here when the consolidation is happening here in these three tight candle, especially when the inside bar candle came in. And this is where I see the purple bars, and I'll try to get into I'll try to time my entry just above this particular candle, right? And when the breakout happen, I will enter. The second example which I wanted to show you is Access Cascade. Access Cascade, again, excellent example. especially when the tight consolidation was happening here, right? So if you see here, it was a very long base and the tight consolidation, and during the consolidation I see this particular candle which is on 27th March when this purple dot is formed, and during the same time I'm seeing a VCP formation and tight candles being formed on the right side of the base. All you have to do is time your entry with the tight range. So this, for example, I can time my entry around 1494, and after that stock has given almost 30-40%. Okay, the third example which I wanted to show you is Cupid, of course. So Cupid is the one which I already traded. I shared on X also. This is the area where I entered, right? And this was forming a tight consolidation zone. This was the purple bar which I got interested, and then after that the stock has given approximately 50%. Sometime you can also enter to the stock which is basically like this. So it's a very strong prior uptrend, right? And then the stock is pulled back to its 50 EMA, around 21 EMA, I think it's there. And after that the stock is resting, right, forming a very tight candle, very interesting candles. But here I don't see a lot of purple bars, which is fine. Sometimes if we don't see the purple bar, it doesn't mean the stock is not good enough to trade into it. Well, I'll definitely look is that the green line, and green line is quite above its red line, and it's taking a rest. It's taking a rest at red line, so I would be interested to participate in the stock, right? If any good breakout happen around 32.5, 32.50, I would be entering into this stock. Another one which I was looking right now is GSFC. If you see GSFC as of today, is again a very interesting candle because again the same scenario where the stock has moved up, pulled back, tight consolidation, and now today's candle is a very interesting candle because it's around 21 EMA. It's just moved up with a strong candle, and you see this relative strength arrows is basically trending up, right? So that is another way to look for it. And again, you can participate in this kind of stock. Now, this is one example I wanted to show you where I will not be interested to participate in, or I will exclude this stock from watch list only because of relative strength, right? So if you see, this is the prior uptrend 50%, and then a tight candle consolidation is forming. Exactly my setup. I don't mind participating in the stock. But if you see the relative strength in the bottom, that is trending down. That is not trending up or not straight, right? Not basically parallel to the red line. And that is why I would not enter into the stock until unless I see a clean move here with a candle, and then clean move in the relative strength also. So these are the important things, or small important small aspects in the chart you want to see. But another example, which is SD Solar, even today I shared. Again, it is a perfect example for me to enter. 51% move, a very strong pullback, very clean, nice, orderly pullback. And the pullback is just resting around 21 EMA. If you see the volume here in the bottom, pretty much disappeared. I don't see much volume here. Now focus on the relative strength. It pulled back and now it is pretty much flattening. It means almost stock is ready to go up. Now I could have timed my entry today itself. If not anticipation entry, then I could simply put a 217, 218 could be our entry point, and we can actually time our entry over here. So with this, we have come to end of this video. Just to quickly summarize, relative strength is a metric which basically tells us that which stock is outperforming the index of the market, and we want to position ourselves in those market because those are the stocks which are market leaders, which are basically seeing a lot of accumulations, and hence that's why they are outperforming the market, and we want to participate in that kind of stock. There are three ways which we have discussed today. We have discussed the market smith RS rating, we have also discussed about the indicator, and third, we can also use it as a scanning mechanism. Now just to summarize what I do, what I do is basically I do my scanning. I put all of them into my red tag list, which I've already discussed in previous many videos. And then while scanning, I look for the relative strength. So for example, at the end in watch list, let's say I have 7 to 10 names. Now to further it narrow down to one or two names, I rely on my relative strength. So if this video added value to your entire strategy and process, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.